Also,
So
sir,
that
do you
situation
know,
we find
that
ourselves.
the society that all these children are exposed to today, this is a society where they see some of their uncles, aunties who have graduated from schools for years, still jobless, poor. Then they are seeing these days that education is almost like nothing anymore. If you can sell
It's
your
nothing.
body, that's what they are being exposed to now, Baba. And you also know that these are this you said 15 or 16 years old, right? That simply means
Yes,
this child is from this Indomie generation we are talking about that Nigeria has no plan for. They never planned for them. And they are here now.
exactly.
But look at
Right.
16-year-old so engrossed in money.
You see, I cannot even think about. I said, what could have led the girl to the point that she feels like, okay, since this boy is asking me for his money,
Let me just go have sex with him.
let me lure him to this place to have sex with me. Then I will tell him, I've paid you.
A 16-year-old girl.
A
But that's some
16-year-old
serious
girl.
stuff there, son.
It is. So just like I said, I'm gonna have a serious talk with her now.
You
But
have
that's
to.
by the way. I just
You
say,
have
let me
to.
share my experience. This is what is going on in that country. It's very bad. There's so many stuff we can't talk about.
I know.
Just like you said just now, I spoke with people in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, I'm unlucky because tomorrow morning I'm flying to Nigeria.
Oh, bless you. Just stay safe, sir. You know that.
I will. I mean, just like I will
It
just
just
sitting
has
down.
to
I'm not
happen,
making
right?
that decision of going down there, but I have to because I have something important I need to go and do. Just like we said, I've made some silly mistake investing in that country.
Oh,
Me
dear.
going there now, I want to go and dispose whatever I can dispose, and if I can say bye to that country for now, I will. Because should about it,
You understand?
Have you?
Òrìṣà tí ò bá gbè mí ṣe mí bó ṣe bá mi ni òun lọ̀rọ̀ lẹ̀ yìí bàbá all the
Michael, let me
best.
allow people to let me
Thank
allow
you
people
so
to
much,
come in
baba.
and thank you for your consistency.
Thank you, sir.
May
You stay
Almighty Allah
safe,
be with
okay?
you and your family. Thank you.
Amen. And to yours too as well. Okay, stay safe. It's so important I hear from you again when you're back or even when you're there.
Oh yeah, I will
So,
keep in touch with you in Nigeria.
God bless you. Nice one. Indeed, there are so many factors that will make you understand why a lot of people in the diaspora actually really watches Mayegun's Diary Political. It is the closest next thing to understanding what is going on in Nigeria, especially if you are not in Nigeria. And like he said, reliability. You see, when you have to, I come here every evening and I don't talk about one issue twice. I do not come here to repeat any topic. Just once. We treat it, we trash it, because by tomorrow there are lots of happenings that would have happened again. And there will already be awaiting victims that are supposed to be reported too. Consistency and being very, very open and sincere. That's my policy. And people who have been following this platform for a while, they've ended up having to confirm almost everything that they hear from this platform. So that gives this platform a credibility that you won't believe it. Some actually plan going to Nigeria based on what they hear from this platform. And they came back to say it has helped them a lot. Instead of them entering Nigeria and then facing this kind of shock that could have thrown them off balance, Mayegun's Diary Political helped them to understand what they are going to face. And to some of them, when they come back from Nigeria, they do tell me, Mayegun, you are not even having access to 20% of what is going on in Nigeria. If you did, a lot of your viewers and followers will probably never believe too. Like you'll be wowed. Which means whatever you hear on Mayegun's Diary Political, even if it's appearing like it's too much for some of those who can't take it, I am not even reporting up to 1% of what is happening in that place. Imagine the 99% that I'm not reporting. But yet the 1% has been so helpful. So and I'm glad it's also been impactful too. Here is a caller. Sorry for keeping you waiting, sir. Are you there?
You might go.
Oh, it is a mom. So,
that's a good laugh.
You're laughing.
Thank you.
I didn't check my screen. I just took the call and I'm like, okay. Anyway, how are you this evening or this afternoon?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Same old, same old. But I can't complain though, right? Thank
Yeah,
you.
we have to thank. Well, we have to thank God now. Abi, what will
At
you do?
least,
Mm.
But here we are.
Let me first of all let me say if you're not if what you're reporting is 1% of what is going on in Nigeria, and the people in Nigeria come across like they're not even aware of what is going on, then there's a problem, don't you think?
I agree. And I think we all did agree too, right? Like,
Mm.
there is a problem. And it's a problem of a dear access to truthful and factual information.
Absolutely,
It's a,
which they're
it's a
not
space
getting, and I
whereby
think
lies, propaganda,
yeah,
conspiracy theories, and all of that actually thrives. But
yeah,
fact, so scarce,
it's
so
running rife.
scarce.
And like you said, I think we've all even established that there are many things wrong with the country outside of the politicians, the so-called elites who also benefit from this, the politicians as well, and our media, which is they're not very helpful
All
at all. They say they call
complicit.
them complicity, or they call them brown envelope journalists, right? They're not really out there to put the truth out or to even kind of like get the people all riled up, but not riled up for the wrong reasons, for the right reasons, because the government is not a government. The country is not being governed,
No.
right? So you need like those kind of people to do the job that you're doing, right? That 99% that is not being reported, they ought to be reported on a daily basis so that people will actually understand the scale of the problem that we have, right? Let me start off by responding, not responding, but just saying to Dr. Cookie, who I love,
The
you
moment
can't
it
tell
started
the
there, I was like,
Igbo.
should I leave this video on? Should I leave it on? Because very soon now, everybody who loves him here will begin to say, this man is here. It doesn't take time. You know that. We have attention span of this
Exactly.
generation is very little. Eh?
To,
The
to be
ones who are
to be
behind us,
honest,
their own is even very short. So they can like you right now and they will drag you the next minute. So I quickly stopped it. I was like, no,
no,
I don't want that for him.
I'm,
He's a good guy.
exactly. But I'm not going to stop listening to him because
Please don't.
like But we always say everyone is entitled to an opinion. It might not be an opinion that you share.
I agree with
But
you.
I just want to say to him that don't tell us that we have a lot to lose because we have a lot to lose. Therefore, we shouldn't fight for our own autonomy. Okay, I don't think that that's the reason why anybody any Biafran will say, okay, they're not going to fight because, oh my goodness, I have such and such to lose. I think if you're given the choice of having your own country and losing whatever building or house or assets you think you have in another place, given the choice of having your own country, being able to determine your own fate and the future of your life, your future of yourself and your children and those who will come after you, I think we will take that choice
I
over any
will.
property.
I would take it without even thinking
You know,
twice.
without thinking twice about it, be given the chance to choose the people who are going to lead me, to chart a new path for myself, my people, the generations that will come after me, to be in control of our own resources and our own destiny, so to speak. I think any Biafran, any Oduduwa, anybody who
Even
really
one
wants an
will take it.
autonomous,
Any
they
sensible
will
person will
take it.
take it.
Any sensible person will take it. So please, with all due respect, it cannot be about assets and properties and things like that. No. Now, the issue of the what they call it, the strike that is going on, right? My problem with all of this is, yes, it is good that they're all coming out to fight for something that truly they should be fighting for. But there's a point that you make throughout what you talked about is that the leaders we have today or the ruiners that we have today are a reflection of the society. Because they're a reflection of that society, we cannot depend on the lives of the head of the NLC to continue to push forward. At some point, he will be compromised because we are all compromisable, right? And then the question is going to be when they decide, because they will, I don't trust NLC. I've never trusted NLC since the time of Oshomole being what they call it, Labour NLC president.
Too,
And I have never trusted them because it was always, if you paid attention, for a short time, they will put themselves out there. Before you know it, they will go back. It was consistent. They always did it, just like clockwork. So my expectation here is that this person who is here, currently the NLC president, is going to do the same thing. Now, my question to every other person is, when he does it because he will, when he decides not to go forward with this strike because he will, right? What are you going to do? Are you going to carry on fighting for what you know is right? Or are you going to say, you know what, okay, we've talked with the government, we've negotiated this and that and the other, we're not going to go forward with the strike. What are you going to do? Because you and I know.
That's a big one. Because
but you and I know that this government is not prepared to shell out that amount of money, because it is only in the care of its citizens that it has now realized that it will go bankrupt. But when it was time for them to share their own, in fact, when you were reading all of the things, then they said the constituency allowance, which allows them to go and do things in their constituency, which they never do. Hardship allowance, this allowance, only allowance.
And the ridiculousness of it is that the amount of the percentage that they allocated to those allowances based on their basic salary, some are like a 400% for
400,
50%, 75%. Like, you're kidding me?
So the question is, if they did not feel that they were going to go bankrupt, funding that lavish lifestyle, now that it is time to give Nigerians the basic, because like your previous caller said, they're not even asking for support, they're just asking for the basic that will help them to see, to go from day to day without feeling pressure, right? What is going to happen? It is now that you realize that you're going to go bankrupt.
And then Nigeria bankrupt then?
Then let Nigeria be bankrupt.
So that all the workers can now say, now we and the politicians bankrupt, so we have our share. So maybe that can actually be a real restart or something. But no, it won't happen.
But that one, it's not going to happen, right? Because I think it's because look at the workers, right? Just look at the workers. I feel so sorry for them. I feel so sorry, because we know that they are not going to do it. They are just not even going to acquiesce to that demand of 400 or something thousand pounds. They're not going to do it.
They'll blackmail them, gaslight them, bully them, and somehow the media will pretend that everyone has moved on. They will make it look like irrelevant. But I love this today. Yes. This today is original, and that's where we think if they can keep it up.
But we know that's my question, because I know that the NLC people, they are not going to keep it up. They are going to come back in a couple of days and say, you know what, we're going back into negotiations with the government, so everybody can return to work while we negotiate with the government. Now the question is, the people who are behind all these other people, the electrical workers, these other teachers, all of these people that are all saying, we're all going to go on strike together, what are they going to do? Are they going to say, okay, no, we are going to down our tools until you finish that negotiation and we get something that works for all of us, right? Or are they going to say, okay, well, you people are talking to them, so we might as well go back to work. Then they've got you. Then they've got you, because then they're going to and they'll work with NLC to ginger people up again, and then they'll let you guys down, and they will continue to do this until
in another few months, maybe another 6 months, you'll be back again to the streets asking that you have not been paid, or what they promised you 8 months ago, they have not paid it, so you're going on strike again.
Honestly, I look at them and you think, okay, this is the movement that should actually, start to maybe take us in the direction that we need to be, which is for the politicians to understand that they do not own the country.
They do not.
The country doesn't work for their own benefit. It should work for the benefit of all. But we see people who are going to take advantage of that situation, because the leadership is a reflection of the society, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we know that they are buyable, whether it is because the leadership has been poor, so therefore the people are poor and they're easily bought. But this is the situation we're in. But we can say to ourselves, you know what? Yes, under any other circumstance, I would have been easily bought. But for this particular situation, I refuse to be bought, because this is not going to help me. No amount of money.
Be working and you cannot even afford to pay to send your child to a university and be able to pay them.
Listen,
so many of them can't afford to pay the school fees of their children.
We're talking about sending your children to school. Forget about sending your children to school.
We're even talking about food.
For them to food to eat. To talk about just feeding those young children.
Being able to actually feed the children first.
Wow. To feed the children first. And then if you can't feed the children, you talk about yourself. You that you're going to put yourself out there to go and work, and you can't even eat. Is that what a dead man walking? And then when you die, what's going to happen to those children? So for me, my biggest concern is not okay. They're going to go and do strike. And we've seen that before. They've done it before. Do you understand? They'll say they're going to go and do strike. Before you know it, give it 2 or 3 days, everybody will go and sit in one place. The question is, when they now buy the NLC people, what are the other people going to do? Knowing that money that they gave to that NLC president is not going to trickle down to you. When you understand it's not going to trickle down to you, what are you going to do? That is the question.
Thank you so much, Charles. I love that too. So they are listening and watching. We'll find out what they will do. Charles, thank you so much. I don't know if I got you there. I do have another caller, but I'm going to bring them on in a minute, okay? So now we have 982 people who have actually dropped their own offerings, okay? But we were over 2,000 on YouTube earlier. So could you please round it up? Let's round it up to 1,000, then we can now go to 2,000 likes. Did I pick your call? Are you there?
I'm here, Mayego.
Fantastic. I actually thought I missed you there. Okay. Thank you so much for your questions. And yeah, everybody can hear you. And who am I speaking to, please?
Yeah. Good evening, Mayego. This is Bright from Italy.
It is Bright from Italy. Brighto, back.
I agree the house. I greet my fellow members of Temple of Truth this evening.
I promise you they are all here answering you, saying good evening too. Right?
Okay, Mayego. This Nigeria matter, there is no tunnel. Not to talk of you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. Tunnel not there. Not to talk of say you want it.
So tunnel with the promise of say there is going to be light after except na lie.
No, tunnel not even there. Not to talk of say you want see light.
No.
At the end. No.
That's shocking.
You see, this strike or no strike, it's not going to change anything. Like the caller said, it won't change anything. The country is already in a point of no return. Let me put it that way, because I know you are a reader. You must have read the Animals Farm. I think we're already in that stage, because we've done all we could. Election, this, that, it's not working.
Parliamentary system, presidential system, military
nothing.
System, all of them nothing except to
because I was looking through the comments and I saw somebody wrote where is Showore and his revolution groups like that. I think that's what the person wrote. I want to say this. Somebody like Showore, for instance, he did his best, to change the status quo. But where he got it wrong is he partook in the election process with the same people he never trusted. It's like you want to engage in a football match with people you know that they are going to rob you. So by the time they rob you, you cannot really say, "Oh, why did you rob me?"
Say, "Oh, they robbed me." They will say,
"No." There was, you know that. Okay, what if you have win? So the person you will call a fake referee, you will not say because you now win. Now it's no more a fake referee. So you are one of us already partaking in the system. Yeah, that is what
whole process be that. So
that is why he's kind of he's not having that grip like he was having it before. You understand? He's no more having that grip like he was having it before, because he already put himself with the people he already said they're not supposed to be in the system. And that is why I said earlier in some of my programs that I submitted, I told people like somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, that is why he's not still having that liberty that everybody wants him to be free from the Nigerian government. He's not getting that freedom because he does not want to compromise. He does not want to partake, just like the way Showore wanted to, liberate the people. He does not. Nnamdi Kanu does not want to align with the system like that.
No.
He wants to be a different body, just like the way you are advocating for Ododuwa's republic. He wants to take he wants to take his own system differently from the status quo. And these people don't want a system.
For
Exactly.
people, instead of trying
Exactly.
to pretend that they
He don't want to.
this one work.
He doesn't want it that way. That is why also somebody like Peter Obi, I don't see him also changing the status quo, because if today Peter Obi becomes the president and in 4 years' time he's out of government, another group of people come. Is it not the same thing that Peter Obi have repaired? Those people will come and damage again tomorrow.
And now,
so it's still going to be the same thing.
So it's going to be like a taking 2 steps forward and taking 2 steps backward.
Exactly.
That's not progress.
Exactly.
That's not progress. I don't think
exactly.